There's something I think about every time I see this tree in Fantasyland. Now, we've already told the story of this other Alice tree, which is only there because men felt uncomfortable riding in pastel caterpillars. But this tree has its own little story. It didn't even exist in the 1980s concept art, instead it was just going to be a rose bush with painted roses. But this tree was actually a transplant from this spot in Fantasyland. Now, this ficus wasn't there in the 1950s, although there was a nearby orange tree that was left over from when Disneyland used to be an orange grove. But this ficus was added in the late 1960s after the addition of Skull Rock, and it lived a pretty happy life in this spot. But with the major overhaul in 1983 of Disneyland's Fantasyland, they had to relocate the tree. So they dug it up and put it in a box and carried it over to the new Alice in Wonderland section at the park. And there they dug a giant hole and put it in the ground, and pretty much the rest is history, because it's been in the queue of the Mad Tea Party attraction ever since. And this tree always reminds me that sometimes we get transplanted to new places and it can be hard to adjust. But we don't have to be afraid to put down new roots and thrive in the place we've been planted.